Okay, there we go, CryptoVince here. Hopefully the microphone is okay. I tried to set it up today. Should be pretty loud. If you guys notice any problem, please let me know. Okay. So let's start from the monthly time frame. I mean, you guys notice how the logarithmic scale can kind of makes big moves very innocent. As you can see, the move that we are now, we are going crazy, but it looks like nothing compared to those moves here, right? I mean, Bitcoin dropped, what, 30% probably from all-time high. And if we switch to regular, we can see better what's going on here. I mean, it's more intense, of course, but I prefer to chart on logarithmic because we can trace more diagonals, and we can see many more things. This is distorted, I mean, when it becomes too regular chart, but when we switch to logarithmic, we have a better idea of the moves. If you can see those big moves here, these big drops were like 85% here. Oh. This move made what? 84. This was also a big move. It was 72%. So correction can happen. This one was about 77, and we are currently just dropped. Let me see how much we dropped. Currently we dropped 33%. I mean, it's a lot of money, but things can go down even more, as we notice in the trend here. So I won't be surprised if things take a dump and go all the way down to, let's say, 30K too. I mean, to be honest, if we do this, which is highly probable in the monthly time frame, not considering others, the trend will still be bullish. That trend will still be bullish at this point. I still will still be making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and go up. I mean, still bullish. So I know everybody got scared when we have seen that drop yesterday. It was intense, but it still can be bullish. I know it's weird. It can get scary to reach 30K. How much that will be a drop of what? A 50% drop. So it will still be a 50% correction if we drop to 30K. But I mean, before to reach that level, we can consider many other things. We know on the monthly time frame that we reached the all-time high, and we were holding here. We had the previous candle that dropped below level and recovered the monthly candle, and here we're currently down. We have to see if it can recover and go all the way back up. If we would just a fake out, we cannot see too much from the monthly, to be honest. It's just it becomes too scary when we see at the monthly, because as I say, things can drop very hard. But let's go check the weekly. I think it's where we can have a better idea of what's going on here. You can see closely. So the uptrend is still intact. We can see higher lows. So the lowest it can go before breaking market structure here, it's 43. And we know there is that demand zone that has been taken, and price is currently above it. This could be just a fake out of the demand zone. I'm not considering, I don't want to consider the candle close on the weekly, because we have seen previously here, here the candle closed below current this swing low. The candle closed below that, and price still was able to go up, to go back up. I mean, we know we are in a descending broadening wedge here. I can trace it like this. We know we know that pattern, and we have a fake out of that level, so it's for sure going to make a lower lows, because the pattern, that's how we act, and it's gonna make a lower highs all the time. We are in a descending in a downtrend. I wanted to say we are on a downtrend locally. We are correcting right now. We're not going sideways anymore. We are dropping. So I would not consider this weekly candle close to close above previous swing low. I mean, that would be nice to see, but even though it closes below the level, it still can go up, as it happened before here, right? So what I wanted to see, if it's this candle closed above demand, and if it closes above the support of the broadening wedge, that would be more important, I think, that considering this this swing low at this point. I'm just looking at the chart for the first time here after the dump. I didn't do any analysis, so I'm looking with you at the moment. So sorry if I go slow, because I'm just noticing things as I go. So what I notice here, this demand is kind of holding right now. I mean, it was scary when it dropped all the way down. It looked like it wanted to go all the way back down to 43, 45, but we had a reaction on that demand. I noticed this swing high. Sometimes I consider the wick, because are very important points, and I trace them with a dot. Reached that level. So it reached the swing high and reacted there. So this could be a bearish trap, and if it's a bearish trap, I mean, things can escalate from here and go all the way back up to 70k, even fast, because we noticed that if we look at the daily, we didn't build any supply here, any resistance level. I mean, as you can see from the daily, I don't want to go on the 4 hour. Of course, we will see some small levels, but I like to cut the noise, as I say all the time, and see the daily. And here we have no resistance, so on a possible reversal, we can go up very, very fast. You remember when I traced this level, this pump didn't build any support, and when we broke the low here and we went back down and retested the level, price just dropped like crazy. It didn't even hold at this level, so it might happen the same thing here. So we have this massive move that didn't build any resistance. And we have seen it doing many times on Bitcoin, on the, like here too, this was a move without building any support. When price reached that level, it kept above that level. Here there was just a fake out, and when it dropped, then it went all the way down. So the weekly. Oh, what else we can see here? I mean, we really need to stay above the demand for now. That's the first thing to notice and to keep an eye on. If we can stay above demand, if we close above demand on the weekly, that could mean a fake out, I guess. Just a fake out to scare everybody. Not even 50k as a psychological level hold. Hey, ciao, Mr. X. If you can tell me how the microphone is, that would be nice. If anybody is listening now, can type in the chat how my volume is. Would be a big favor. Anyway, so we have seen this wick was holding the price up, so even staying above this level could be important since it worked so far. Thank you. So the microphone is good, thank you. And so we need the main things here is to focus on market structure. As we all know, I've tried my best to teach you this simple strategy. Just consider the market structure. As soon as the lows and the highs are taken, we can switch bias. At this moment on the weekly, it's perfectly bullish, so this can just be a correction. I know it's scary, I know we dropped from 70 to 50, but Bitcoin, it's powerful. So especially now that it's doing up and down like crazy, it's been in this kind of accumulation, distribution, whatever it is. I mean, accumulation, it's called when we have to go up. Distribution is when we have to drop. So on the weekly, I don't have much to say. Let's check the Fibonacci and see how this last move, how much this last move retraced. And that's 60-50%. So it's not that bad as I thought. I thought it dumped even more. So it might close above 50%, which still an healthy correction. When we start to drop below the 70, it starts to be ugly. Start to get ugly. I really don't want the price to drop from here more and go all the way back down there, because that would scare people. I think it would make retail traders scared, because it will break the pattern that much. I mean, this could be a massive fake out if we do this. As I posted today in the channel, if you saw, I spotted another pattern that happened during COVID that did the same thing here, and I can trace it very quickly. You guys have seen this today in the chart. Let's say this was the broadening wedge. We made a fake out here, so the price went from 5k to 3.8 in what, a day? Let's see. I'm trying to zoom out here. So he went back down and recovered. Yeah, I mean, here we were at 6K, so it dropped 50% to almost, let's say 40% to 4K and then recovered. It was very quick, but that got all the stop losses, liquidated everybody, and then prices recovered and pumped like crazy. So it could do the same. Could do the same as it's doing right now. We also had a demand level here, which was important, I think, because it started this this pump here. I mean, when I trace the demand zone, I like to trace the top of the candle close and the bottom of the wick. And if we consider that the top of the candle actually closed above it, and then price went up like crazy. If you see the weekly, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles, 7 green candles in row. That was way more, like a lot bullish compared to how scared the dump was. If you think this was a massive dump, everybody would lost hope here, we fucking dropped like crazy. Imagine what happened here during the COVID. If you were looking at the chart, I remember here total panic when we have a drop from 8K all the way down to 3. It was massive. Everybody lost hope, nobody didn't buy at 3K, and then boom, the explosion, and price went all the way up to 70K, 74. It was here, no, 60, 65, sorry. So this could happen again. So I would like to see this candle closing above demand. Price drop all the way down back to the level here, and then went up. So we're doing the same here, I guess. We might do the same here, even though for the moment we didn't reach all the way down to 78% or support. We are bouncing on demand, so we are closing inside the pattern, which could make just this a bear trap. We will take a look at Ethereum too to see what's going on there. But so far on the weekly, I don't have anything to add, I guess. Looking at just RSI, I don't use it that much, but I just wanted to see how it's looking. If there were any major divergences, but no. I don't even want to look at moving average. For me, they're too lagging. I don't look at them too much. So let's go to the daily. We got here. So this candle is gonna close in 4 hours. And I mean, the low is located on 50, 55, 56. If he closes above it, well, that would be good. But even if he closes like this, he can still recover. I mean, the most important things right now, it's we are above demand. If we close below, which will probably happen in what, 4 hours, I said, yeah. It could be bad just because it could just retest that level and drop even more. On the other hand, if we close above, we have higher chances for this to be a double bottom. And let's say it closes here, we can just retest the level and go back up. That would be better, right? But I wouldn't be too scared if this candle closes like this. I mean, the rejection was intense. So when we have this kind of wicks, usually price reverses. So it's already good that we recovered them much. I mean, how much did we went up? We went up 10% in no time, guys. So 10% is a lot of money. I never seen, maybe since 2020 such a wick. I mean, here we had a big pump. This wick was kind of good, big too, but this is even larger. Maybe closing above this wick could just be enough. Just below this one, above this one, as it happened here on this wick here. If you guys remember, we closed 2 candles above that level. Here we fake out a bit, then we recovered, but still this main push was the most important one. The swing low was the most important one. Then we had a push, then a fake out, and continue on upward, but it still closed above this swing low. So that's what might happen here too. If we close above what is it, 53.3, it's not a bad bounce. Man, when I saw the candle at 49, it was scary, bro. But this actually recovered pretty well. I can't believe it. Actually, didn't care about this demand. It just touched this demand level. This small, tiny thing, but it's still on daily, so it still counts. I've learned to consider even small demand zone many times when I charted Bitcoin. So I know they look like nothing, but on daily they count. And remember also on this swing high. So the daily, we know the levels. This swing 53, closing above that, and even though we close below swing low, it's not as bad because we are making lower lows because we are inside this downtrend at the moment. So that won't be that bad. We reached, I mean, of course, RSI is oversold after their massive pump. Even though I thought it would have been way more oversold, but it just reached oversold level. So this could be another added bullish sign. Not that I trust RSI that much, but we reached the same level as this point. And as you can see here, for example, actually we have almost a bullish divergence here, even though it's not that noticeable, but this is making a higher high and price here is making a lower low, and that could could have been a buy signal. So even though it was low here, that doesn't mean it cannot go lower. In fact, here it went lower. So in this case too, yes, we reached oversold level. We might have a reaction. Actually, we are having a reaction, but price could just even dump more, while RSI will keep staying above inside the lines and make a divergence maybe. So, but the fact that reached oversold can and is actually reacting as a bounce. So this could be a buy, right? We have a slightly divergent RSI and price making lower low. This could be a buy, even though it was very hard to buy here. I mean, just was the wick the only thing that kept us bullish here. So let's check the 4 hour. I don't know if he made any support here. Yeah. So I mean, when it comes to 4 hours, it's tricky. I would like to go to the 1 hour and 50 minutes to see how the market structure is acting. I mean, we have a bullish engulfing here, a nice reaction at the level here. That's 60%, 61% Fibonacci. Almost closed a little bit below, but we have a reaction there. But I mean, in order to break market structure on the 4 hour time frame, we have to go all the way up to 60k, but until we got there, we are kind of late. So I would just go to the 1 hour and see the levels more closely. We have many supply levels here. Let me cancel everything so it's clean. So we go one level. So this was a nice reaction. We have a bullish engulfing too, even on the 1 hour and also on the 4 hour. We broke up above the swing low, and we have another level here that it's not did not break, but we have, let me make this red, we are starting some kind of bullish structure here, because we are doing this. We are doing we broke the low here, went all the way back up to the second swing low. We went down, we printed a higher low, and we might go back up to the next level, which is 57. So it's starting. It's still early to, I mean, it's risky, of course. At this point, anything is risky. But it won't be. It's not a bad start. It's not the best start. Price didn't even tap into the swing low here. Closed above it. So the positive things of this little market structure is the fact that it didn't make the lower low, so price bounced before the swing, broke first level, so broke the resistance level here, went all the way up. He had a correction on the swing low here, went back down on support this time, and is kind of trying to go back up again. So it's not ugly, doesn't look ugly. Doesn't look ugly. So if we start to break above this swing high, you could attempt a long up to 57 if you're scalping. But I mean, the things are so volatile at the moment that it's just too scary to attempt the trade at the moment. Like I would like things to settle up a little bit, to come down, and then we start to trade again. If we say many more important levels to break, I want to see if this level it's let's make this purple. I want to see in the 4-hour time frame where it is. So yeah, it's close to supply. So this is an important level for sure. 57. It's a good level. And guys, I know we will never be 100% sure. I mean, there's no analysis that can give you 100% of the chance that this thing is gonna go up and down. It's always gonna be 60-40, 70-30. That's why the most important thing is always use risk management. Set up your stop losses. Try to aim for 3-to-1 risk reward, and if it gets stopped out, that's it. You gotta try again. There's nothing that can tell you Bitcoin will go to 100k or it's gonna go to 30k. I mean, I will never say this. You will never hear me saying yes, we will go to 100k. I know for sure that it's gonna happen. I don't know that. In the same way that I don't know if it's gonna correct to 30k. Could do anything. I'm just trying to read what people are thinking here by looking at the chart. But we know institutions are gonna do their best to trick retail traders, as it happened in the weekly. I mean, it was gonna be so hard to catch that dump below 50k. I even suggested a long trade yesterday. I said try to long here and place a stop below 50k, but they got my stop pretty much. So it was just a crazy attempt. Oh. Yeah, I'm trying to spot things. As I said, it's the first time I'm looking at this chart right now. So again, before closing above demand would be good, and closing above the wick would be good. I don't really care to close above this candle closed, because we are doing lower low, lower high pattern at the moment, so I don't care. But closing above this level and considering this a liquidity swap, however however you say in English, liquidity swap, this could be something cool that could propel the price all the way up. All the traders that had their stop here got liquidated. It was massive. So if you think, let's go on the daily. No, actually on, where was it? On the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, if you remember this, I traced the swing low. I trace those levels, right? This, this, and this. Why did I trace all these levels? Because long-term holders set up stop losses on those levels, below those levels. So if I place a stop here just below the swing low, right there, then might get hunted, and price reached the stop loss level, and there were traders were forced to sell at this point. Price dropped all the way down, but it didn't have time to recover because it dropped so hard that hit the stop losses that were just below this point now. And as soon as they got triggered, it was just a chain reaction, and it triggered even the stop loss that were below this swing low, and shit just fucking you can see the speed of the dump, right? And I think that the speed of the dump was so hard because of this, because there were so many stop losses put it in the same spot, and things just then fear hit, and just we went all the way back down. So that's why I'm saying coming back above those levels, it's a good thing. And you can see how now price retested that level. So that's not a bad look on the 4 hour. Price recovered back up to the swing here, retested the level, stopped out, like it's working pretty good. I mean, if I leave this level like this, price actually went back up, broke first level, retested the level below, and might go all the way up here. That translated in the 1 hour time frame is the exact same thing that I traced before. So it's not bad. It's not bad at the moment. It's recovering pretty good. And tomorrow we go to 40k maybe. I don't know. I'm just looking at levels. The bad thing about the 4 hour time frame is that I mean, we printed a higher low, but locally we will still be bearish up to here, up to this level of supply, because it didn't build any resistance there. So price might look bullish here locally, making a good market structure, and we can reach this level and just dump again and go all the way to the next support on the higher time frame. That's the bad part of having such shitty drops that go all the way down from 60 to 15 in like a day. That's the bad part. But what are you gonna do? What else I can see here? What else? Let me test the Fibonacci. I want to see how much of that retraces, if it's the under 61 or anything there. Yeah. So I trace a simple Fibonacci, retraces 127.20%. Actually, it's very good there. and if it's gonna drop even more and do, as I say, something like that, I'm gonna be looking at the under 61%. That would be on. That will be on. It won't even close to the second wick here. But I mean, for now, let's focus on the trend, on the 4-hour time frame and on the 1 hour. Those are the time frames I'm looking at the moment. I mean, we know the macro now. We have seen it. We're still pretty bullish on the macro, and we have to look at 4-hour, 1 hour to have a better idea what's gonna happen. Okay, what else to see on Bitcoin? I mean, I think I covered everything. Let me see if I miss anything. If you guys remember, I talked about that evening star that formed here. That was perfect. A doji on demand, on supply. Sorry, on supply here. Got rejected, then boom, went all the way down. That was a nice indication of a possible rejection there. But if you guys know, it's very hard to trust the weekly just by looking at the one candlestick. So I had to look at the daily to spot the reversal. And if you guys remember, we were doing a bullish move here, bullish, actually an Elliott wave, and then we made an ABC correction all the way down there. I can trace this better. I post this in the channel. I think it was like from here. I spotted 3 waves like that. And then an ABC correction that did a double top pattern and just boom, just like that. And if you guys remember, the perfect entry on this move was on the retest of this broken low. So this low right here, this low, price dropped, retested, and boom. So that was the biggest things to short. If you guys remember, I was not bearish at 70. I actually was bullish because everything looked perfect. The market was pumping, everything was perfect. Then as soon as I spotted the first sign, it was not making an higher high here. In fact, the price closed below candle here. That was the first things that made me think, this move might not be the one. And then I didn't know short here because I didn't have many signals. But when it broke below the level and was going up, that's when you remember, if you followed, I suggested the short. I suggested a short and I turned bearish there, and I was pretty confident it would have went at least to 50k. Then I mean, drop all the way down to 49, it was hard to predict, but we had the demand zone on the weekly that we know could have happened. We know it could have happened because I had the pattern trace there, this pattern, right? I had this pattern trace. We know it could have been a possibility to go down there. So if you shorted from 65k and place a stop loss in profit, you could have traded all the way down to 49 easily with a stop loss in profit. That's the good part of have a stop loss in profit, because you place that stop and you're fine and you ride all the way down. But the bad part about the stop loss is that you can get stop out and make it just a tiny profit, but still in profit. That's the chance you take there. Okay, not much, not much else to see on Bitcoin. I would like to see, I have a quick look at Ethereum, what's going on there. And as we know, Ethereum looks slightly more bearish than Bitcoin at this point. When we look at logarithmic, it still looks like a very small correction here, right? It doesn't look as bad and it's still above levels. But when we switch to regular, let's see how more intense the drop here. You see, it's way more intense. In fact, Ethereum, considering this high, it dropped 50%. Holy shit. Yeah, I know. I already noticed that, but it's crazy to see it again. So 50% from 40k to 2k. In Bitcoin, I think it dropped 28%. So it's a massive drop. So much money went out the market. And if we consider the drop from all-time high, it dropped 57%. But if we consider the main drop, it was 80%, and then it recovered. So crazy shit. And then from the recovery, how much did it went up from here? Just curious. It went up 365%. So what I'm trying to say here is that when we have a big drop, it's good because we can buy low and make a lot of profit. So usually deeper in a bullish case, deeper is the correction, higher will be the pump after, right? Because if we drop 80%, in order to recover that 80%, we will increase way higher, like 400% all the way up. So let's go back to our logarithmic so we can trace some levels here. We can see better. So Ethereum reached support almost perfectly compared to Bitcoin. As you can see here, it broke all the way up, went back to support, to the swing high, and then it went all the way up. I don't really need to see all of this. I mean, let's focus on the last part. So we have a supply here, right? And if I trace as I do all the time, usually I trace just the candle and the top wick. If I trace that, actually doesn't reach that level, but if I consider the wick, that's still a tap into supply, in the monthly supply, and that's considered legit, to be honest. It tapped on it 3 times, so we could have predicted a dump. And I mean, this is kind of looks ugly because I didn't make an higher high. We had a an upward move. We went all the way up to supply, but it didn't actually break as Bitcoin did. So that's why Bitcoin is way more bullish than Ethereum. Bitcoin actually broke, if we go here just to show you quickly on the monthly, Bitcoin actually broke above the level, right? It broke above supply. It broke it and has been testing for 1, 2, 3, 4 months. Now it's dropping, and hopefully it will recover back up. But it's for sure more bullish than Ethereum. Ethereum is still below that that monthly supply. So fuck, like I don't like it. But we are still bullish when it comes to the market structure here, which is making higher high and higher lows considering this, right? So we dropped and we're still above that level right there. So if I consider the wick, if we want to consider the wick, I don't know, wick, still wick or candle close, we're still above it. So it's still good. We have a good reaction on that level. So that's good in the local market structure here on the monthly. How much did he retrace? Let's see. Like Bitcoin, 60-50%. So not bad, not bad. Let's have a look on the weekly. For sure we will spot some demand levels. So this is for sure an important swing high, because it was a major reversal point, and it was strong too. So there's something there, and I consider that as a good point. And you can see the level hit perfectly there. There is a demand just below that level, right there. So this demand is holding right now. It would be nice if it closes above this, just for more bullishness. I can even trace a level here. So on the weekly, closing above demand, as we have seen on Bitcoin, can be a good thing. Can be a good thing. The only thing I don't like here is I cannot trace any good pattern. I cannot trace a broadening wedge. I cannot see anything. It just looks a double top here. So I mean, what's bearish about this? It's this lower high then made. Made the lower high. It does. I cannot trace anything here. That's the only ugly part. We went back down to retest the bullish market structure, so that's good. The other good bad thing is that we took out this low, and even the major support that was holding the price here, I can consider maybe this too. So all this level here, so it broke below without making any kind of bull flag pattern on anything. So it's still way more bearish than Bitcoin. Still way more bearish. But we know both coins will go up and down at the same time. So I need to take something from here and something from Bitcoin in order to make a prediction. And as I said, for Bitcoin, we could just go back up to retest the broken level and keep dropping down if I mean if it turns bearish. We will look at the daily soon. I was just trying to see if this could have been head and shoulder, because Bitcoin, if you see on the weekly, I mean, it's not a perfect pattern, but it looks like an head and shoulder. Could be an head and shoulder too. Reversal pattern here, or a triple top, or I mean, I'm just thinking about the bearish. Usually the head has to be higher than the shoulder, but I mean, just not to be perfectionist, this could be a left head and shoulder pattern and bring all things down a lot. If I'm taking Ethereum as a leading coin. If I'm considering Ethereum as the leading coin and I see this bearish, what I can see bearish in Bitcoin is an head and shoulder pattern, possibly, and go all the way back down to 45k. And I show you in the channel that it's possible to go back down there without a turn bearish in the higher time frame. Let's go check the daily. What happens here? 3 hour at the candle close. So much shit going on here. Let me clear this so I understand what I'm looking here. So for sure, closing the daily above the swing, it's still good. The swing that's been taken out is this one. Where is this wick here? No. So this swing low is the one that buyers are trying to protect. Took out the stops there and boom. So it's the start of this massive move here. This massive move that, if we take on the weekly, has no support printed, right? There is no red candles in here, so that's why price probably dropped all the way down. So staying above that, and then I'm pretty sure in 3 hours we will close above that. It's a good sign. It's a good sign from here, and then we have to see how it will react on this level. What's gonna happen here? It can drop and go up. I don't know. We will have to see at that point. Because anything from this move downward has been bearish. From this top here, we made the lower lows and lower highs all the way back down. Even here we dropped, we made a low, it tried to make an higher high, it barely made it. I don't consider this as an higher high, it just barely made it, it faked a little bit and then kept dropping. So this move, it's all bearish. So if it keeps going all the way back up here and drop, it will still continue its bearish move. Okay, so I think the most important levels to watch on Ethereum, it will be 2.8. will be 2.8, the major swing. If we start to break above the level, that could mean something. We would push probably all the way up to 3.5, and then we'll see if it's gonna correct to go back up and go up again. But right now it's bearish locally for sure. Let's see RSI here. Well, of course, oversold more than Bitcoin. And I mean, in case of these massive dumps, you will see RSI oversold for 100%. I mean, but there is no divergence, no anything here. Let's look at the small time frame, so 4 hour and 1 hour. Let's see what we got here. I think it's slightly more bullish here. Yeah, it's weird because usually it's more bearish than Bitcoin, but it is slightly more bullish in the lower time frame compared to Bitcoin. Let me see how much. Ooh, yeah, 19% compared to Bitcoin. Compared to Bitcoin, that did. Oh, sorry, let me put let me put Binance. So Binance did 13%, Ethereum 19. So yeah, slightly, I mean, of course the market cap is different, so Ethereum is more volatile than Bitcoin for a matter of fact, but I was not expecting this. Probably in the 1 hour already broken supply levels. Let's see. There's nothing here. Maybe here, if I switch to the 30 minutes, I will have a supply, not even. 15? No. So we don't have a level here. So price broke this level here. And how it looks right now, it could go all the way up to 2.7, even though on Bitcoin we have a level there. We don't have a level on Ethereum. At least to that level, looks like. So let me check BTC again on the 1 hour. See, on Ethereum, on the Bitcoin, we are on a level here. On Ethereum, we don't. So who's leading? Who's the leader here? The leading coin? I don't know that. Well, in this case, I just can assume that Bitcoin is leading here. And because it dropped on supply, that's why Ethereum dropped too, because there is nothing here. We'll see. We'll see, I guess. It perfectly bounce on broken level, broken swing high. So also here we have a slightly start of a possible move upward, at least to 2.7, if we can hold these levels here. Yeah. Yeah, well, I really thought, to be honest, when we reached 49, I really thought we would have dropped to 45. I mean, it was bad, man. It was bad. Because last night when I went to sleep was what? Let me check. When I went to sleep, it probably was around 53. Then I woke up at 49. I was like, ah, fuck. So that was not good. But, it's trying to recover. It's trying to recover. We are far away from saying that it's gonna reverse, but for sure a good reaction. I mean, better than have no reaction at all. At 49, this is something. As I said, let's keep an eye on the 1 hour and 15 minutes just to see the market structure, and let's make a prediction from that level. As you can see here, attempt 3 times to go above that and break the structure, and it got rejected. Bounce on support, that's good. So we are like, we're 50-50 here. We're like, I don't know. We're bearish in the main trend, but we're locally bullish. So tricky, very tricky. I don't scalp Bitcoin, so I'm fine to look at this and wait. I don't care. As you remember, my main short was from 65 on daily. So from here, my short was from 65 down to 58. That was fine for me to short that much. Made a nice trade, made good profit. I'm fine with it. I don't have to trade every fucking thing, like catch the bottom. I don't care. If I see a good trade with less risk, I would take that and make money and maybe wait a week before to enter another trade. I'm not a scalper. I don't trade on 15 and 5 minutes. Just my heart cannot stand that. Because on 15, if I go in the 5 minutes, every single candle, every single red candle, it's a short for me. Every green candle is a. So look at the pump here. Like, how can you? No, I can't, man. I cannot trade that much, and plus you have to use so much leverage here to make some money. That's why. And also, if I traded the 5 minutes in 50 minutes, I would have to update you every single minute. And I don't want to do that. But you see here, you can see better how the market structure is trying to break bullish locally, at least. So this lower high could be an higher low. I still get confused. This higher low could be a sign of a possible reversal. It's tricky, guys. Trading is not fun. It's not fun at all. If it was so easy, we would be all rich at this point, but it's not. So how much I've been talking for? 1 hour and 10 minutes. Okay, I think it's enough. We looked at the BTC, Ethereum. What else we can look at? Let's just take a look at USDT dominance. Let's see how much money went to USDT during this this dump. Sorry, my computer is slow because I'm streaming. Oh, this is... I have some charted already. Well, I have this bearish flag. Higher we go here, more we drop, of course. So it's kind of recovering inside the bearish flag. I mean, I don't want to talk about stops here, but let's consider this as a normal chart. This could have just taken out liquidity of this swing high here, and it's dropping there. Let's remove this line. I rather trace this level here. So if we stay below, this candle close, that could be something good for Bitcoin. Stayed inside the bearish flag and go back down again. That would be good for Bitcoin. That means money will go out USDT into the market, into Bitcoin or altcoins. That's why we trace USDT dominance. If you can see here, those are percentages. So when Bitcoin drops, everybody sells into USDT and USDT goes up, right? So nothing crazy. So we have also a demand here. This supply will be the one that will get triggered if we go to 45k probably. I mean, if BTC drops, we will reach that level. And it's gonna be close to all-time high. If you see the chart, I mean, we're there. 8-9% between that level. Let me check total market cap. Total market cap is very similar to Bitcoin, except the fact that on the previous drop we reached demand on the weekly. Was the weekly? No, the weekly doesn't show demand. So was the daily. So this demand here on the drop, we actually reached that level, while on Bitcoin we didn't. And price, it's recovering. Let me trace this well better. So I consider all the red candles. It closes inside the block, which is good, which is bullish. So went all the way back down here to actually, this is slightly bearish when it comes to how low the price dropped, because Bitcoin, I think, reached this level and the total market cap dropped all the way down. So slightly more bearish, but it's recovering above the demand, and it's good. If it closes above it, it will still be better. Closing above the level here. What else I can look at? Just let's have a look at the major coins too. What's going on Solana? Solana. Yeah, I traced that double top and they actually worked very well as it did here. You can see Those are very similar. I mean, I trace this main swing high here, and this price is accumulating above the level, and it's been it wicked down many times. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So this level, it's holding the price. I can even trace the candle here. It's holding really well, and it's holding here too. I mean, I spotted this drop, to be honest. As soon as it broke this low, as Bitcoin, it started to drop very quickly, and it's recovering, but we are still bearish because that's the main level that it needs to take out in order to switch from bearish to bullish on the 4-hour. But it's recovering too. I mean, we know these coins follow BTC, so I knew I was gonna see something similar to that. And also the demand zone here is closing above that, so it's looking okay. It's looking okay. Nothing below the major swing high, so that's okay. BNB, let's see if BNB recovered too. Yeah, BNB not as nice. I mean, BNB is just terrible chart. I don't understand this chart. What the fuck is doing? Just pump, drop, bull trap, bear trap. So I would not consider this as a major coin to. I just charted because it's one of the top 5 coins. I mean, it's important, but still. So it needs to recover above 500. I can't trace anything here, just ugly. I mean, let's just consider the swing here. I just consider this wick here as a good indicator of a possible reversal. So it took out all the liquidity below this, touch also demand here, tapped into demand, and so if he closes above the swing here, not a bad move, not a bad move. Also close to 50% correction on the main move. This main move here, 50% correction. I mean, if I look at the weekly, I mean, this looks ugly. If I look at the weekly only, I mean, there was a bull trap, liquidation, took out all the stops that were placed on all-time high, and price reverted, went back up, made a lower high, and it broke down even more. It doesn't look that healthy. I mean, it's similar to what's happening on BTC, to be honest, because we have the support level here. If price does the same thing and it's still bearish and goes way back up here on here to retest the level, could go then all the way down here to 60% and still be bullish long term. Still be bullish long term, because the main trend is the main Elliott wave here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Anyways, I think that's enough for today. I look at everything. We know what level to watch, what level not to watch, and well, good luck with your trading. Hopefully this live stream was helpful to figure out few levels You know, I will never be 100% sure where things are going, because this is just trading. And that's it. We'll make some pools to just this week. It's funny, huh? How it just touched that level. I will make some pools to see where everybody thinks about the market, if they go scared or not. It was funny because many traders, the major percentage of traders were bullish on 70k, but then the same percentage was bearish on 52. So it was funny to see. That shows how much psychology can switch bias. If you remember, I placed a pool around 767k, and I think 40% was still bearish, so that was interesting. So we were at 67%, and I placed 50 as a possible target before 70k, and 40% placed 50. And they were not that far away, because price reached 50k in a matter of 10 days, 8 days. So that was interesting to see. That shows you how much potential BTC has to go up and down and fuck everything up. Okay. Well, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the channel. Thank you so much. Bye.